This is the story of a girl who is a nobody to everyone and gets bullied by the people around her. The girl turns out to be a princess and her life completely turns around. Let's see what she does from then on. Welcome to Movie Recall. In today's video, we'll be going through the 2001 comedy film The Princess Diaries. It's time to recall, let's get started, turn on subtitles, and spoilers ahead. At the start of the movie, we see a 15-year-old girl named Mia Thermopolis who is a shy and socially awkward girl. She lives in San Francisco and her mother is a painter. Due to being socially conscious, she does not have many friends at her school and as a result, very unpopular as well. So she often gets bullied by a popular girl and a cheerleader named Lana Thomas. Mia is friends with a Jewish girl named Lily Moskovitz. The girl is also as much of an introvert as Mia. Mia has a crush on a handsome boy named Josh Bryant. The boy also happens to be Lana's friend, the girl who bullies Mia. Mia sees the two making out and starts to imagine herself in Josh's arms in place of Lana. At school, there is a debate competition and Mia goes against Josh. Josh is a very confident and popular guy, so he has no problem addressing larger crowds. He goes on to make everyone cheer and laugh with the points he puts forward. When Mia comes to the rostrum to speak, she starts stuttering and the whole class makes fun of her. She feels humiliated and runs out of the class as everyone laughs at her. When she gets home, she finds out that her grandmother has come to San Francisco from Genovia and wants to see Mia. Her grandmother has never contacted them, so Mia is a little confused to know as to what she wants from them now. The next day, Mia goes to the address given to her, and when she reaches, she is amazed to see that it is the mansion. She is welcomed by the servants and they lead her to her grandmother. They start talking, and Mia then gets to know that her grandmother is actually the Queen of Genovia. It is a small kingdom in Europe. Her grandmother tells her that her father was the crown prince of Genovia, and now that her father is dead, she is next in line for the throne. The information is too much to take for her, and she thinks that her grandmother is joking, but she soon realizes that this is not the case. She is shocked to know that she is a princess. She is then told that she is going to have to move to Genovia, and there she is going to have a completely different life than she is living now. Mia gets overwhelmed by all this information and runs away saying she does not want to be a princess. When Mia gets home, she confronts her mother for not telling her that they belong to a royal family. Her mother tells her that she and her father agreed that after the divorce, Mia was to live with her mother so she could have a normal life. They planned on telling her when she was to turn 18, but because of her father's untimely demise, she now carries a responsibility, so they had to tell her. The next day, we see that Mia, her mother, and the Queen have a meeting to discuss the matter. The Queen says that she is going to train Mia on how to act like a princess before she can introduce her to the world as a princess. The plan does not sit well with Mia, and she refuses. However, her mother gets to agree that she will attend classes in which she will be trained, and then she can decide if she wants to be a royal. She is then told that she has to keep it a secret. The Queen appoints the head of security named Joe, who is to ensure that Mia stays safe until she is declared to the world as a princess. The Queen gifts a limo to Mia, which she is going to use to go to her school. On the way to the school, Mia picks up Lily, who is surprised and, at the same time, fascinated by the car. After school that day, Mia goes to a car workshop where Lily's brother works and he has a crush on Mia who does not seem to show any interest in him. Mia then goes to the mansion for her first lesson on being a princess. The Queen critiques her looks and tells her assistant that it needs to be changed. The Queen also teaches Mia about having a good posture and hygiene that a princess should possess. Mia is taught all the royal etiquette. It becomes her routine. After school, she goes to the mansion for her lessons every day. Now that Mia is busy, she hardly gets to spend any time with her friend Lily and she starts to feel lonely. The Queen then invites an Italian stylist named Paolo to do a makeover on Mia. Paolo and his assistants get started on Mia as they straighten her hair, give her a facial massage, and pluck her eyebrows in order to make her look presentable. The stylist then goes on to break Mia's glasses and make her wear lenses. After everything is done, Mia is presented in front of the Queen and she seems impressed by her new look. She then goes on to tell the stylist to keep his mouth shut about Mia's makeover. The next day, Mia, accompanied by her driver and security guard, goes to pick up Lily for school. Lily's brother is mesmerized by her new look, but it does not seem to sit well with Lily, as she says that she feels like her friend is turning into rich mean girls just like the ones at their school. She goes on to make Mia wear a hat to hide her new hair. The girls then start arguing as Lily thinks that Mia is going to ditch her now that she is rich and beautiful. Mia is sick of them arguing, so she goes on to tell Lily the truth behind everything. Lily is shocked, but she promises Mia that she's going to keep it a secret. When they are in class, Lana, as usual, bullies Mia about her hideous cap. Mia takes off her hat and everyone gets surprised by her beautiful hair. The next day, Lily's brother Michael comes to Mia and invites her to a music convention he is going to perform in. Mia tells him that she will be there, but she does not really seem too thrilled about it. Upon reaching school, she is ambushed by several reporters asking her questions about being a princess. Mia right away thinks that Lily is the one who blabbed about it, but Lily assures her that she did not tell anyone. Upon seeing that the situation is getting out of hand, the queen right away comes to her school, and it turns out that the Italian stylist Paolo is the one who blabbed about it in order to get some fame. Now that the cat is already out of the bag, the queen makes her peace with it and holds a grand dinner party at her mansion. She invites some high-ranking royals from various royal families and introduces them to Mia. Everything goes smoothly until Mia accidentally lights a guest's sleeve on fire and dumps his arm into an ice bucket. Then she seems to have trouble eating the fancy royal food. She accidentally drops it to the ground and a servant trips, dropping the fruits at a guest. The queen feels embarrassed, but the guests laugh it off. However, it turns out that the queen is not mad at Mia for the disasters she pulled off at dinner. Queen admits that she found her clumsiness endearing and suggests that they spend quality time together, canceling their lessons for the following afternoon. While bonding, they go to the arcade together and have a lot of fun. The queen plays all of Mia's favorite games, takes pictures with her in a photo booth, and even tries Mia's favorite corn dogs. Her mother also explains that although Mia's parents loved each other, they divorced amicably in order to pursue their own passions. Felipe remaining in Genovia to eventually become king, and Helen returning to America with Mia to offer her a normal childhood. When they are getting back home, the car's brakes fail and Mia crashes the car into a cable car. The police get there, and as they are about to arrest Mia, the queen talks the officer out of it and he ends up calling a police car to drive them home. Mia is really impressed by her grandmother and tells her that she is the best. Mia's life has completely changed. When she goes to school, the kids come to her and ask her for autographs. A girl who used to be a nobody is now the talk of the town. Even the girl who used to bully her now pretends and tries to be her friend. Josh, the boy Mia has a crush on, invites her to come to a beach party and Mia agrees. She remembers that Michael had invited her to his musical convention. She goes to him and apologizes as she tells him that she is not going to be able to make it. He is hurt to see that Mia ditches him for Josh. Mia tells her mom about the party and she is skeptical of Josh as she points out to Mia that Josh never liked her when he did not know she was a princess, but Mia ignores her mother. Mia goes to the party and everything goes smoothly until the reporters arrive at the party as soon as they get to know that the princess is at the party. The moment Mia sees the reporters approaching, she goes into hiding with Josh. While there is no one around, Josh tries to kiss her but she stops him. When the two come out of there, the media is still there and Josh forcefully kisses her in front of all the reporters. After that, Lana and the other girls take Mia into a tent where they trick her into changing her clothes. While she is changing, Lana helps the paparazzi photograph Mia wearing only a towel. When Mia gets home, she feels humiliated and her mother tries to console her as she cries in her arms. The next morning, Mia and her photos are seen everywhere with exaggerated stories about the princess partying. The queen is furious at this and Mia apologizes to her and goes on to admit that she is not fit to be a queen. The queen, however, does not agree with her and still asks her to be there at the ball. The queen also allows her to invite any friends she wants to invite at the event except the perv Josh. When Mia leaves, Joe comes to the queen and points it out to her that before Mia is a princess, she is a teenager and her granddaughter. The two then get to talk further about Mia and agree that she is ready to be the queen, considering how she took the criticism accordingly. Mia goes to school and right away apologizes to Lily for ditching her when Lily invited her to attend a talk show with her. They reconcile and Mia invites Lily to the ball. Later, when they are in gym class, Josh starts bullying Mia. Mia decides to teach him a lesson as she hits him with a ball in the area where you would not want to be hit and wins a baseball match while teaching the bully a lesson. That evening, Michael comes to her house to deliver her car. Mia apologizes to him for not being at the musical convention and goes on to invite him to go to the ball with her as her date. Michael is, however, heartbroken and sarcastically tells her that Josh would look better in a tuxedo. Mia is with some of her nerdy friends when Lana, alongside the other popular girls, makes fun of them. Mia is sick of people bullying her all the time and she goes like, enough is enough. She goes on to smother ice cream on Lana's dress and embarrasses her bully in front of everyone as they laugh at Lana. That evening, the queen apologizes to Mia for being harsh at her and goes on to ask her to give a proper speech at the ball to renounce her title to the people at the ball. The queen then gives Mia a diary telling her that her father wanted to give her that diary on her 16th birthday. After the queen leaves, Mia starts to feel stage fright and she runs away to Colorado, being scared of screwing up and disappointing her grandmother in front of all the people at the ball. She starts getting overwhelmed by all the sudden responsibility. She has now decided that she is going to leave. After she has packed her bags, she reads a letter from her father in which he has explained to her the importance of being courageous as a royal. He further wrote that he loves her mother and Mia the most. Mia is touched by her father's words, so she decides to go to the ball. She made a commitment to everyone that she will be at the ball. It starts to rain as she drives to the ball. To her bad luck, the car yet again breaks down on the way. Meanwhile, Michael receives a pizza with "sorry" written on it. As he realizes that Mia is actually making an effort for him, he decides to go to the ball. Mia, on the other hand, does not know what to do in the middle of the road with a broken car. Just as she is about to give up, Joe arrives and picks her up. When Mia doesn't arrive for a long time, the queen starts the speech. In the middle of it, she sees Mia drenched from head to toe, ready to talk, so she leaves the stage for her. At first, Mia stutters like she usually does when speaking in public, but then she remembers her father's words and gives a heartfelt speech to the crowd. At the end of the speech, she announces herself as the Princess of Genovia, making the guests applaud. Moments later, she is crowned as the princess. She then changes into a beautiful dress and dances with Michael. The pair excuse themselves and come to the garden. Michael expresses his feelings to her and the two finally kiss. In the final scene, Mia is shown traveling to Genovia in a private plane with her pet cat, Fat Louie, and writes in her diary that she plans to relocate to Genovia with her mother. This is where the movie ends. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and click the bell icon to get new movie recaps.